Now we have our latest newest news segment.
Is called Did You See What I Saw This Week?
This week in the Phantom, we saw the same, yes, wait for it people, we saw the same skeleton man that fans saw a few years ago. Now, if you're coming in late and you really haven't read the Phantom Daily strip for the last couple of years, so he's in the Longo Forest, and the forest is known for its deception. It's known for it being very deceptive to the eyes, and he thinks he has seen Katu. He thinks he's seen the python running off with his costume. That leads on to Phantom discovering this. There's another skull cave, and who does he find? He finds the last Phantom that had passed away, and now we are seeing the same skeleton that we saw a couple of years ago in the new dailies this week. This skeleton man we first saw this week was, I think, on Wednesday or Thursday. It was first on Thursday or something. And it is back with the spooky season coming around the corner. My understanding of why this is happening is because in the current chapter, so right now we're in the death of the 21st Phantom, and it has been going on for a long time, I know. But what I reckon is because with the current chapter being the Rack and Ruin saga, and now I'm thinking, is Death really stalking the Phantom and watching him as he makes his way to Rhodia to potentially try and save Savannah from being executed in Gravelines prison? On Friday we saw the Phantom meeting the Thing that has been watching him. Also this week we heard from Wright himself say, "For years now I've been thinking a way to do it. It is to write a story that puts the death of the 21st Phantom in the reader's hip pocket. A story that creates a track switching device, so meaning a two-way plot, and it may not ultimately become his present experience on the Phantom universe. It is to show his death in the secondary timeline, one that may or may not ultimately become his present experience in his current Phantom universe." Let's say in the Breakout, the new chapter that started today, that was this week, the Phantom manages to spring Savannah from Gravelines prison without getting shot. In the Moz prophecy, so the Moz prophecy that's been running over the last year and a bit, in the Moz prophecy, that wound was the root of all catastrophes. All the stuff that had gone after that is in the Moz prophecy. And if he does not get shot, if that wound does not happen, and then he doesn't send Savannah to India to kill Chief Constable Jampa, and then we do not have a 22nd or 23rd Phantom. What this story is trying to tell is that there's two story plots. One plot tells us how Old Man Moz sees the Phantom dying in a prophecy has written in a chronicle of his own. The other is the Phantom rescues Savannah from getting executed at Gravelines prison, and in the moment of him not getting shot while trying to escape the Rogue Nation. The other reason Tony depaul talks about this is because the craft of comics, like the craft of you going down to a local news agency and buying the latest newspaper, may it be the Daily Telegraph or the Sunday Morning Herald, the days of when you would go down to your news agency and buy a newspaper is really the craft is it's dying, and Tony depaul has been wondering this for the last couple of years. And if for some reason King Features decides to cancel the script and the Phantom and the phans don't know how the Phantom actually passed away, then if it has two story plots and the first one has already gone, then fans already know how the Phantom passed away, so they're not left on a cliffhanger, basically. And they also know how the Phantom is in a unmarked grave site in a faraway land. We'll just have to wait and see what happens to this script. What does actually going to happen if the Phantom is actually being cancelled? Is there plans for the Phantom to be cancelled? We'll just have to wait and see. Like I've said over the last month or so, after newspaper companies, Lee Enterprises in USA and the other one being News Corp in Australia, cancelling them. Does the Phantom really need to be in the newspaper? Does the Phantom really have to keep going? Or is, for some reason, the owner's going to, oh yeah, we're going to cancel him? I don't know. We don't know yet because it hasn't actually happened.